What's up YouTube? This is Guy, and today we're checking out some watch straps. In particular, I have a fantastic selection of straps from the Barton Watch Band company. Barton reached out to me and asked if I'd like to review some of their straps, and of course I said yes, and they sent them over to me. I've had them for quite a while. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to them as quickly as I would like, so I have to apologize for them, but today's the day I'm finally getting to them. I've reviewed a lot of straps in the past. Some of my favorites, you guys are probably already well aware, would be Nato Straps, what else? Blue Shark, in particular Alpha Shark straps. I reviewed a selection of leather quick release straps from Clockwork Synergies that I've liked quite a bit, and maybe one or two others now. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But the point I'm trying to get at is that typically I only bring to the review table products that I really like. When it comes to things like straps, I just don't see a point in making a video when I check out a strap that I feel is subpar. So there's been several that have just come and gone, and I didn't even bother making a video. These ones are quite good though, and I'm really happy to have had the opportunity to check them out and bring them to review. Now we have a couple of different styles or flavors of straps to check out today. They sent me over some Nato straps. I've got a couple of those. And then in their product catalog, they also have quick release straps. They sent me over some quick release straps with the canvas material. They sent me over a leather quick release strap, which is great. And they also sent me over one of their silicone quick release straps, which I really like. That one I am most definitely going to keep in my collection. Probably all of them, although I occasionally give them out as gifts. When people send me watches to review, sometimes I'll throw a strap or something in the return package as a thank you. So I'm sure a lot of these will end up getting sent out sooner or later, but I really like that silicone one a lot, and honestly I like them all. I'm really happy to have had the opportunity again to check them out. So we're going to go over to the tabletop view and we're going to take a look at these straps, but yeah, first things first, I did want to say thank you to Barton for sending them to me. Let you guys know right off the bat that, yeah, I do like all of these straps. And if you're interested in ordering them, I'm not getting any sort of commission or promotion to sell them, but head over to bartonwatchbands.com. And I believe they have a discount code on their website. So if you order more than 3, you get 15% off, something in that ballpark. And I believe they also have effectively free, I think it's dirt cheap shipping, maybe it's like $2 shipped anywhere, something like that. So pretty good deal, definitely a great value on all of these straps that they sell, their entire product catalog. Yeah, definitely a thumbs up. We're going to hop over to the table, we're going to take a look at these up close. I'll throw a few of them on different watches to kind of give you an idea of what they look like, and yeah, wrap this video up. I'll try to not make it a super long one. Alright, so you can see on the table here we've got a couple of watches that are going to stand in as the test subjects. We have my Hamilton Khaki Field, and we have my Seiko 5 SNZG. It's SNZG 15 or 17, I forget which model it was. Basically the same model. But I'm going to get those out of the way, and we'll take a quick look at some of the packaging, just so you guys can get an idea of what these straps would arrive in, if you're curious about that. The Nato straps and the silicone rubber strap both come in these little plastic sleeves, pretty simple, straightforward, but you know, it's kind of typical for what we would see with different watch straps. The canvas and the leather quick release straps come in these nice little boxes. Packaging on these is a little bit, you know, of a step up compared to what the Natos came in. Not that most people are particularly compared about the packaging, but it is a nice little presentation and, you know, a little bit more durable if you wanted to hang on to these. Maybe you're not going to wear them all the time, but you want to keep them stored somewhere safe. You could reuse these boxes without any issues at all. The first thing we're going to take a look at are the Nato straps. They are pretty basic. Ballistic nylon style Nato straps, with one exception, and we'll take a look at the khaki one here up close. Instead of having typically what you might see is metal keepers sewn into the strap on the buckle side, this one has a nylon loop. It's not completely uncommon. There's plenty of straps out there that have this sort of system as opposed to the metal keepers, but yeah, it's probably not the most common way that you're going to find the keeper system on your Nato straps. Aside from that, the buckle is, you know, pretty typical for a relatively affordable Nato strap, and the material is pretty nice. It's, again, typical ballistic nylon style Nato straps. The holes are punched well. I don't know, you know, are they punched with some sort of die system, or are they melted through with a laser. I'm not exactly sure, but the edges are all crisp and clean, and the tail end terminates, quite nicely. Overall, it's pretty straightforward. What you would expect for a kind of like a mid-tier. It's not a low end, but it's also not the super high-end luxury style NATO straps. It's not on either end of the spectrum. It's right in the middle, and overall I like them. I'm going to go ahead and throw these on the sample watches that I have and give you guys a look at how they might present on the wrist and, on a watch. And yeah, we'll go from there. Now you can probably see why I opted to go with field watches as the dress models for this particular review. Both of these NATO straps, we have kind of this khaki brown and this olive drab green. They look fantastic on NATO straps. In particular, I like them both, to be honest with you. The coloration is great, but this khaki on the Hamilton khaki field, it looks really good. I like this quite a bit. I'll go ahead and throw them on the wrists and give you guys a quick wrist shot of them. But yeah, overall, I just wanted to point out that on these styles of watches, the colorations of these two straps in particular look outstanding. So here's the Hamilton khaki field wearing the 20mm khaki Barton strap, and it's great. I like it quite a bit. It looks fantastic. Definitely adds a completely new dimension to this watch. Normally I wear it on the metal bracelet that it comes on, but from time to time I like to take it off and throw it on leather, or in this case even throw it on a NATO strap. And again, because these are military style field watches, the colorations of these, the khaki coloration, and then of course the olive drab coloration that I have the Seiko on, they look fantastic. They're perfect colorations for these types of watches. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick wrist shot of how they might present for you on different size watches. And again, this Hamilton is a 20mm. The Seiko, of course, is 22. So they have them in a variety of sizes. So yeah, if you're looking for semi-affordable NATO straps that are not like the $40 ones that you get from the more quote-unquote luxury brands, these are excellent options. The keeper, which I told you was a little bit different in that it's not the little metal keepers, is got enough room so that you can fold over the tail. There's no problem at all, and it tucks away nicely and it's nice and compact. Actually, that sort of presents a little bit nicer than the metal keepers. Now that I've had one on my wrist and I've had a chance to check it out, I'm not saying I prefer one over the other, but I definitely don't dislike this style. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead now, throw these watches on some of the other straps, and go from there. Now when you're unboxing the canvas straps, I wanted to give you a look at this. When you flip the box open, the strap itself is cinched down to an inner well, like so. And, it's pretty simple to get it all out and apart, but I just thought that was an interesting little thing. It's not just flopping around inside the box. Figured I'd give you a quick look at that. Now on the canvas quick release straps, I have 4 colorations. I have 2 in 20mm, 2 in 22mm. The colorations are smoke. They call this one Army. It's sort of an olive drab green. They have navy and black. Now the colorations so far on all of the straps that they've sent me are really good. I'm quite impressed with kind of the tone of the colors. They're not too bright and gaudy, and they're not too muted and bland. They're pretty much spot on the way that I like my straps to be. Not too loud, but not too reserved. It's really a very good balance. So the colorations on all of them are great. I'm going to slide a couple of them out of the way here and just show you one up close. The buckle on these quick release straps is kind of a slight upgrade over the buckle on the NATO that I previously showed you. It's just a little bit bigger, a little more heavy duty. It has spring bars on the side, so if you wanted to take this buckle off, of course you could. The stitching is quite well done, and it's got a nice little pattern to it in that, it comes across twice here and it's blocked out. It comes all the way down, and then there's stitching across the end here to keep the buckle in. On the other side, the same sort of stitch pattern, and then the holes are also, if you look real close here, there's also stitching around each hole, so I'm guessing it will keep those more intact over time and less prone to fray and stretch out. I'm not 100% sure on that, but regardless, it looks nice. If it's purely for decoration, that's fine too. The back sides don't have any lining or anything. And of course, these straps have spring bars built into them. That's sort of the cool thing about them. As you can see there, The spring bar is built into the strap, and there is a little ball which you can use to depress the spring bar in order to get it into your watch's lugs. So we're going to throw these straps on the watches and have a look at those a little bit closer. But yeah, overall I did want to show them up close real quick. Tell you I really like them. Quite impressed. Overall, the color, the quality, everything, they're great. So there's that army coloration canvas quick release strap on my Hamilton watch. The keepers on the underside are nicely done. There's double keepers, of course. I have probably 4 or 5 holes on either side, and that's on my roughly 6 3/4 inch wrist. So this is going to fit a whole wide variety of wrist sizes. I'm pretty much dead in the middle with about the same number of holes, plus or minus maybe 1 in length on either side. So if you got a smaller wrist, if you got a bigger wrist, there's going to be plenty of room for adjustment for you. It's comfortable. It looks very good. Again, I love the coloration. I think it looks fantastic on these military-styled field watches. And they sent me some colors at random, and they kind of just knocked it out of the park with the colors for choices for me. I really like all of them. I'll go ahead and throw that Seiko on the wrist too, just so you can see what it looks like on a 22mm lug width watch instead of a 20. But yeah, overall, this one's for sure a winner. So here we have the navy 22mm on my Seiko 5 SNZG 15 or 17. Again, I apologize, I forget the reference number. Again, same basic setup. It's excellent. I'm quite pleased with the overall look, feel, fit, everything. It's done very, very well. Highly recommended. I think the navy looks good. Anything with a black dial is going to look pretty good, I think. You got a black dialed watch. All sorts of colorations are going to look excellent. This navy one actually I think would look really good on the SKX009, the Pepsi bezel SKX dive watch. If you're into putting different straps on your dive watches, this would be a fantastic option, I think. For coloration, I bet it would match up quite well. So yeah, that's a look at the navy 22mm on my Seiko. One more thing to look at, which is the silicone, and we'll pull that up next. They sent me one black silicone strap. I believe they call it silicone. Let's see what they call it. Quick release black, new. That doesn't say, it's got to say somewhere on here what the material is. Anyway, I'm not sure if they call it rubber or silicone. I thought it was silicone, but regardless, they sent me one in 20mm, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on the Hamilton and give you guys a look at that. I really like this strap, and once I get out of the package, I'll give you a little more information about it. So this black silicone strap by Barton Watch Bands is fantastic. And of course, it's not only in black. They have it in a lot of different colors. But the material, the flexibility, it's super soft. It's pretty smooth. It's not like really slick. There's not a big bright shininess to it. This strap is great. I really like it. On the other side, of course, it's got some lint on it. My fault, not theirs. But it's kind of got this grain texture on it. And there you go, 20mm, it's designation there on the strap. So it's got this sort of grainy texture, and I think what that's going to assist with is keeping it from sliding around on your wrist without being abrasive or uncomfortable, if I had to guess. I haven't even put it on the watch yet. It's going to go on the Hamilton here, and I'm going to try it on for the first time and let you guys know what I think about it. Alright guys, there's the black silicone riding on my Hamilton khaki field, and yeah, as I suspected, I had again taken it out of the case before, but I didn't put it on the watch yet, and so I hadn't had it on the wrist, and yeah, it's fantastic. It's excellent. I really like it. This one has a polished hardware buckle. I think you get the option when you're placing your order if you want polished or brushed. Maybe there's some gold or rose gold options on the website. I'm honestly not 100% sure on that, so I apologize for not looking into it first. But regardless, I noticed there was a little bit of a sticker covering up the polished buckle that I had to peel off when I took it out of the case or the packaging. This strap would be fantastic for somebody that is looking for an alternative on their Seiko dive watches to the Seiko strap. The Seiko strap that they ship on some of their dive watches, in my opinion, is just way too long. It's an okay strap, but I'll tell you what, this one is the perfect length, again, for me on my 6 and roughly 3/4 inch wrist. It doesn't have a whole ton of extra tail hanging over, but there's still plenty of adjustment left in there. I don't know how well that's coming through for you. So if you have a bit smaller or a bit bigger of a wrist, you're not going to have any problems. But comfort-wise, this is, as I had expected, just absolutely outstanding. Very, very comfortable, and just soft, supple, silicone rubber. It's really outstanding. I'm a big fan of this one. Barton Watch Bands also sent me one of their leather quick release straps that I'm going to give you guys a look at, but I wanted to point out that the packaging on this one's a little bit different. Figured I'd give you a look at it. It slides out like so from the outer sleeve. And once you get that outer sleeve off, you have this box that's got little thumb grooves on either side here. And then the strap itself is inside that box. This box also has a little foam lining pad, if you care about that. And then here's the strap itself, and it is, like all of the rest of the straps, quite nice. It's got a polished buckle, so there's a little bit of protective tape over the buckle to keep it from getting scratched up. Pull out this side, you can see that it's got very nice contrast stitching on this, what they call saddle. I guess that's the color leather. It's a nice chocolatey brown with this white contrast stitching. And, same thing on the other side as well. And of course, your quick release spring bars. The underside has got some sort of lining, leather lining here. 20mm top grain leather. Overall, very, very nicely done. I'll go ahead and throw this on the Hamilton and give you guys a look at one of their leather straps. So here is that quick release saddle leather strap on the Hamilton khaki field. Looks fantastic, great quality. The strap itself is not super thick, which I prefer. I don't like really, really thick straps. So, when it comes to my leather anyway, I've seen leather straps that are maybe double that thickness. So it's, not paper thin or anything, but certainly not overly thick, which I prefer. Again, that stitching looks great, coloration, fantastic. Overall, super, super nice. I'll go ahead and throw it on the wrist and give you guys a nice wrist shot of it. Alright, there's that 20mm leather strap on my Hamilton khaki field automatic. It looks outstanding, feels comfortable. Again, it's a really solid offering from the Barton Watch Band company. I don't generally wear leather, to be completely honest. Usually I wear metal bracelets, or I wear Nato or cloth straps of some sort, maybe Perlons. I have a couple of leathers in my collection, but I don't really get around to putting them on all that often. But between the quality and, of course, the simplicity of the quick release spring bar system that all of these straps come on, I mean, switching them out makes it almost a no-brainer. It's super simple. Great fit. Again, it's not too thick, which I prefer. There's plenty of adjustment depending on how big your wrist is. I don't think you're going to have any issues at all. Again, I'm about right in the middle. There's plenty of holes on either side on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. So yeah, I like this one quite a bit. I highly recommend it. So there you go, guys. There's a nice selection of straps from the Barton Watch Bands company. I can't recommend them enough. I think they're great quality. I think they're an excellent value. Overall, I'm very impressed with them. Again, not getting anything to promote these, but I do recommend them, and I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to review them and show them to you guys. And yeah, I think I'm going to keep quite a few of these, but I'm sure a couple of them will end up going out as little gifts to viewers who loan me watches and things like that. I always, again, like to throw something in the package when I'm shipping something back, especially with the people that have gone above and beyond and given me several watches. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up. Leave comments down below. The usual stuff. I'm going to cut this video off, and we'll be back later on in the week with another review. Bye, guys.